Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video on the channel, and today we'll be talking about Keemstar, JT, and yeah, that's it. So recently, the other day, JT uploaded a video titled Most Hated Guy on YouTube Burns Flags. I don't think this video was out for more than like 5 minutes because that one got taken down, and then the day after, or a couple of hours after, he changed the title to The Reason I Striked Keemstar. And in this video, basically he explains that he gave Keemstar a copyright strike because Keemstar had used his thumbnail, not in his thumbnail, but in the video itself. So in other words, in the Leafy interview, in that video, JT's thumbnail was in the corner for pretty much the whole thing, which if you was going to ask me, is not a big deal. Like, it's not like he used it for the actual thumbnail. Sure, he never gave credit for it, but it's one of the most basic thumbnails ever. It's like one of my thumbnails, basic as shit. If Keemstar was to use one of my thumbnails, I'd be annoyed, just like how JT was, but I wouldn't strike Keemstar, only because I know how low that can be for a channel. And one of my friends has had their thumbnails taken before from Keemstar, and it was used in their video. And I asked, are you going to strike them and all that? And they said, nah, it's not enough to strike it down. But to be fair, it wasn't played throughout the whole video. It's kind of different in that sense. So JT's video was deleted, but I have a re-upload of it here. But Scarce covered this story just before the video got taken down, so he has screenshots of what the list dislikes to likes were, and they weren't really pretty to look at, to be honest. They were pretty bad, and there was a lot of people in the comments that were verified leaving comments, and every single comment by one of those people was going against JT, saying how this is stupid. Like, I wish I could show you all the fucking comments there were, and they were all verified channels, so they were big channels, and all of the comments are just gone now. The only one I can find is one that Scarce reads.
And actually, the YouTuber Edwin Costa commented here saying, the ultimate Karen move. You said for the viewer to put themselves in a hypothetical situation in which Keem used someone else's thumbnail and they'd be mad too. Sure, if the thumbnail was an original art piece and not someone else's face with a generic thought and explosion in the background. I suppose Leafy should copyright strike your thumbnail for using his face with that logic. After all, you didn't link Leafy's Twitter in your video about Leafy, yet you're talking about him and have him in the thumbnail. Short-sighted call, mate.
So yeah, let's go on to JT's video.
At the time of you watching this video right now, I've decided to send a copyright strike over to Keemstar's channel. Now this is because of one of his recent videos and the image that he keeps on screen for the entire video. Now whether you're here to hate or whether you're here to support, depending on what has happened to bring you to this video, please do take the time to hear me out, because I do have valid points of why I did this. I didn't just do this because I hate Keemstar or just because I'm a dick. I do actually have valid reasons, and believe it or not, I don't hate Keemstar. I have no problem with Keemstar. It's just this. Where do we draw the line if he's going to be allowed to do this?
To be fair, I think he has a bit of hate towards Keemstar, only because of the first title that he had used. Most hated guy on YouTube burns flags. That doesn't scream like someone that you appreciate or respect in any way. I might be wrong, I probably am wrong, but this is just what I'm thinking. But anyway, I'm just nitpicking a title. I'm just going to continue.
Now this image that you can see on screen on Keemstar's video is my thumbnail for one of my recent videos, okay? I made the thumbnail, it is literally mine, I own it.
So yeah, we can have a look at the thumbnail. To be honest, it isn't really that great. Like, it's a good decent thumbnail. It's a thumbnail that I could probably make on paint.net. It's a thumbnail that I would have made on paint.net. It kind of reminds me of the thumbnail that I use for my Game Over series. Very low quality, but pretty good to the point. It goes to the point if you just by looking at it, if you know what I mean.
I know some of you are going to say straight away, that's just petty. Why would you do that? Hear me out. I don't know if Keemstar himself decided to put this image in his video, but I wouldn't care if he used the image for maybe 10 seconds. He's put thumbnails in videos before for maybe 10 seconds, but this thumbnail of mine is in the video for the entire video. Now, like I said, if it just popped up, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. But literally from the beginning, you can see it. I'm scrolling through the entire video, it's still there. He actually takes it off for maybe 10 seconds and shows some other photos of Leafy's Twitter, and then he puts it back on.
Now, I know some of you are going to say straight away, that's just petty. Why would you do that? Hear me out. I don't know if Keemstar himself decided to put this image in his video, but I wouldn't care if he used the image for maybe 10 seconds. He's put thumbnails in videos before for maybe 10 seconds, but this thumbnail of mine is in the video for the entire video. Now, like I said, if it just popped up, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. But literally from the beginning, you can see it. I'm scrolling through the entire video, it's still there. He actually takes it off for maybe 10 seconds and shows some other photos of Leafy's Twitter, and then he puts it back on. Now, a few comments I'm probably going to see is, you don't own that thumbnail, you just put some stuff together. Yeah, that's a thumbnail, my friend. Well, what did you expect me to do, paint a nuke? Nobody paints their own thumbnails, they make thumbnails, they put images together. and the one that looks the best gets the most views.
I don't think that was the point that people were trying to make, to be honest. Sure, you didn't paint the whole video thumbnail, but it's still a thumbnail, like a low quality thumbnail. Like, it isn't that impressive that Keemstar used it in his video. Like you said, Keemstar does that all the time, and in interviews and it doesn't look bad on him because he's deleted all the videos now, so it does kind of look like this was all for attention.
And you can't use the excuse of saying, well, he didn't think that's a thumbnail. Of course that's a thumbnail. Look at it. It's literally got Leafy put onto a nuke and the text terminated. Of course that is a thumbnail. The only way he could have found this image is from my video. If he found it on Google Images, if that's how he found it, my video is literally linked below. It shows that it's a YouTube video. Now, something that's even more annoying about this, okay? He didn't link me anyway. He didn't give me any sort of credit. He didn't say, oh, I found this from JT. He just acts like it's nothing, you know? He just found this image. He just put it on his video, which isn't fair. You know, we see these YouTubers steal stuff all the time, and we always complain about them, but what about this? Like, this isn't any better. As a matter of fact, this is worse because he didn't use it as his thumbnail. He used it for the entirety of his video.
Yeah, he used an image that he probably found off Google. He probably just typed in Leafy termination and found your video on Google search. You gotta admit, this does look really petty, to be honest. Like, striking down a video because of a thumbnail. Okay, I'd let you off if the thumbnail was in his thumbnail, like if he stole it. That is stealing someone's thumbnail. You're taking his work and putting it. But using an image that can just be found on Google is considered stealing at this point. It's just mad. But yet again, I do understand your frustration with this whole situation. If I was in your position, I would be just as annoyed. I wouldn't strike down the video though, because I know I'd get shit saying that a lot of backlash saying I'm abusing YouTube's copyright system, which it does look like I have done that. I don't think you have abused YouTube's copyright system, believe it or not. If it's an actual option to take down thumbnails and stuff like that, I don't know if you can in videos, but I guess if you can, then sure, I guess you're in the right. But I've never heard anyone to strike down a video because their thumbnail was used in the video. Or maybe it's because this has never happened before, I don't know. But I've used thumbnails in my videos before, but what the fuck do I know?
Don't sit there, okay, and tell me you wouldn't be mad if somebody did this to you. Imagine if you were a YouTuber, that was your thumbnail, okay? And then a way bigger YouTuber, a YouTuber that a lot of people watch, took what you made, used it for everybody to see for 10 minutes straight, and never even mentioned you. You would be mad, you would be. Now, a few more things I'm going to address, okay? Because if this really did take down the video, then of course Leafy's interview is gone. Now, I did think about this, you know, it would be silencing Leafy, so I decided not to strike it straight away. I decided to leave it at least a day, so then the video can at least get somewhat the amount of views it would usually get.
It doesn't matter how long you left the video up for. If you're taking down someone's video, I guess your sole purpose wasn't to silent Leafy, but in a way it's still silent Leafy no matter how many views the video had. So I know you're trying to come off as a good guy now because you waited for Keemstar to get the majority of the views or something like that in that video, but still, does that really make a difference even if your result is taking down the video either way? Like, you're still giving the guy a strike. Like, is this even better?
Here isn't with you, Leafy. It's just unfortunate that you happen to be the main person of this video. Now, some of you may actually be wondering if it's even possible to copyright strike if a thumbnail's in a video. Well, I also looked into this too, and the thumbnail is considered an art piece. Now, this is the best reply to somebody who's asked this in the past. The recommended answer on Google, okay? Yes, you are the owner of your thumbnail, and you can claim to YouTube if anyone has stolen your thumbnails. We all know this by now. People get strikes on their videos all the time for stealing thumbnails. And I don't see how this is any better. This is considered stealing your thumbnail. If you're just going to dismiss this, then where do we draw the line, huh? So can I just take somebody's thumbnail now? Can I just take all of PewDiePie's thumbnails? Can I just take everybody's thumbnails? And he could have literally just put a picture of Leafy on screen. But he didn't. He decided to take my thumbnail, which is what I consider to be targeted. Now, one of the last things some people are going to say, why didn't you just message Keemstar? Well, how the hell am I going to do that? Huh? How am I going to message him when his DMs aren't even open? He doesn't follow me, I'm not just able to message him. Plus, I tweeted it out and people tagged Keemstar in it a lot. He had every chance to respond. I'm pretty sure he saw it. He sees most things that people tweet at him. But he didn't do anything. He didn't respond, he didn't message me, so... well, I'm just gonna do this then, I guess.
I don't think tweeting at him publicly is a good way of getting a hold of him. Yes, I know you just said his DMs are closed, but I can't believe that it went from a level of you striking down his video. Why did this even happen? Just why? Damn it, JT, I like your videos. You make good, great, I'm gonna say marvelous points in your videos. Like, your video on Morgs was bloody amazing. I'm gonna say that right now. Sure, a lot of people probably take the piss out of you because you use CSGO in your gameplay, but who gives a shit as long as you deliver good information and are honest in your videos? videos, that's all should fucking matter. It doesn't matter what the visuals are like in your videos as long as you're giving good information, which you do. You do a great job in that. This is your first video I've ever seen of yours that has flopped and has just smacked you right back in the face. Oh damn, my camera died. Well, I guess I'm using this avatar thing now again. Also, going on to JT's Social Blade, you can see that he's been losing subs ever since this video came out. I think he's lost around 3k in total since his video, which I'm not really surprised that is happening, but at the same time it sucks because he does make genuine good content. It's just this one video was kind of shit. Keemstar also responded to this on Twitter. This is what Keemstar had to say.
The interview that I did with Leafy is Here just got removed off of YouTube. And what it was a copyright strike takedown. And I was shocked. I was looking at it and it said something about like my image was used by this YouTuber JT. I'm like, what the hell? What is this guy talking about? So I did a counterclaim, right? And basically what the counterclaim is like if he doesn't legally take me to court in 30 days, my video comes back, all right? So I don't know if he's going to do that or not. It would be a stupid mistake if he does it, because this is what happened, right? When I was interviewing Leafy, I needed like an image up of Leafy in the background. So I Googled like Leafy terminated and this image came up. It was a picture of Leafy. It said terminated and there was a fireball in the background. Apparently it was the thumbnail of this guy's videos, which he somehow thinks that he legally owns. He thinks that he owns the fireball in the background. No, he never took that picture. He doesn't own it. He thinks he owns the font. You don't legally own the font, and you definitely don't own the image of Leafy, an image that was taken away from Leafy's YouTube video, which I just got off the phone with Leafy. He's given me express permission to use a screenshot of one of his videos. He didn't give you permission. In fact, he says you don't have permission, right? So this is what's going to happen. If you take me to court, you're going to spend a lot of money and lose, okay? I don't think you're taking me to court. So my video is going to come back in 30 days, and then me and my legal team are going to sue the fuck out of you for lost damages in 30 days that you've taken my video fucking down and the lost revenue. Fuck you, piece of shit. And you're hypocritical because you were getting false flagged all over the place about a year ago, and who was there defending you? That's right, me. I was defending you when you were getting false copyright strikes, and now you're doing it to me because you think you own the thumbnail that you used. You have no legal fucking right to any of these images.
Keemstar has also responded to this on Twitter by saying, "Dear at JT, you false flagged my video. My team have informed me that you have cost me $113 in damages. You have 24 hours to DM me and pay me what you owe me, or I will spend $50,000 for an international lawsuit to get my $113 back in court." Now, a lot of people are replying to this comment saying that Keemstar is being petty now himself. Keemstar is taking this way too far, this whole lawsuit thing with the whole $50,000 thing. Try not to think of it as a YouTube perspective now. Try and look at it as a business perspective. Say this was someone at work and one of your fellow co-workers got you in trouble and got you a strike and got you to lose less money for one of your jobs for a bullshit reason, and you've just come out of that reason on top and has won because Keemstar's video is now back up. He has won the case on YouTube. From a business perspective, it makes sense for Keemstar to sue him. I'm not looking at it as some petty YouTube beef. I'm looking at it as a business perspective. If Keemstar generally feels like he has made a big loss or just any kind of loss, it is a kind of threat to his business, and it's not cool to do that. Don't forget, this is someone's livelihood. Sure, Keemstar makes a fuck ton of money and is rich as fuck, but that's besides the point. If you're making someone lose less money from their job that they're working on, then I think they have every right to sue you. So if Keemstar does take JT to court, I do not blame him for doing that. It is just Keemstar protecting himself, in my opinion. Now, I feel like for some of you this would be a lot easier to understand because Keemstar is very easily to be hated on because everyone hates Keemstar. If this was any other YouTuber such as KSI or anyone like that, I guarantee you'd be understanding to what I'm saying. But yeah, this just sort of sucks that it's just Keemstar, because no matter what Keemstar gets himself into, he will always be the punching bag. But anyway guys, I hope this will do it for this video. I hope you did enjoy. Please like, subscribe, and peace, and have a good day. And JT, I hope you make a video coming back from this situation.